Hi there everyone! Welcome back to English with Catherine. I'm so happy you're here. Today I'm going to be telling you what to say and what to do on the first day of your new job. Now, starting a new job can be so nerve-wracking. I have had many awkward moments in the past where I've said or done very strange things. But don't worry, I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to give you some tips to help you come across the best way that you can and help you have the best day possible. This video assumes you are starting work in an office in the UK, but this advice is transferable to remote working in many ways. This video also assumes typical working hours of 9 to 5, but it's also suitable for other working times. I will cover everything in this video, from introducing yourself properly to body language and even small talk by the coffee machine. I hope you enjoy it. Number 1, 9 a.m, the greeting. So when you first get to the office, you will probably report to the person that hired you. So you won't need to introduce yourself because they will already know who you are. But you will have to greet that person and have some small talk with them. Scary, I know, but I will tell you exactly what to say and what to do. The handshake. Make sure it's firm. There's nothing worse than a soft, limp handshake. Try to make eye contact when you're having the handshake. It's just really nice. The greeting. Choose from hi, hello, hey, good morning, or even hi there, hello there. All of these can be informal or formal, but hey is definitely the most informal one. You can use it. It just depends on how you want to come across. Choose what you feel comfortable with because it's very important for you to be yourself. They will likely ask you how you are, and you can answer either with great thanks, excited to be here, or good thanks, keen to get started. And now for the small talk. They will likely ask you about your commute. Now, a commute is your journey to work. So they might ask you, how was your journey or commute to work this morning? And you can answer with, not bad actually, I managed to get a seat on the train. Or, easy actually, just a couple of trains, so I only had to change once. Tip. Even if your commute was hellish, terrible, stressful, you got caught in the rain, you slipped over, you dropped your coffee everywhere. Don't mention that. Keep things positive. I will be talking more about this later. Number 2, the office tour. So this is when you will be shown around the office to show you where everything is, and also you will be briefly introduced to any colleagues that just pop up along the way. Try to stay positive and interested. Try to say things like, wow, what a lovely space. You could say, what a great office layout, or I love all the natural light. Just anything that shows that you're interested, positive, and happy to be there. Also, don't be afraid to ask questions. It will just save you the embarrassment of having to ask later on. Questions could be, do I need a code for the printer? How do I connect to the printer or Wi-Fi? But they will probably tell you this. It also looks good if you ask questions. On your journey around the office, you will probably be introduced to a couple of colleagues. This will be very informal, very brief. Your manager will probably say, this is Tom, you. You'll shake their hand firmly and say, nice to meet you. They'll probably say, welcome to the team, good luck on your first day, or don't hesitate to ask if you have any problems or questions. To this you can just say, thank you very much. Number 3. The self-introduction. There are many YouTube videos about this. It's really important to have a self-introduction pre-written and learnt by heart because you never know when you're going to have to introduce yourself without any warning. You could need to introduce yourself at the beginning of a job interview, for example. They could ask you, tell me about yourself. So scary when that question is asked. Oh wow, I've had some moments in the past where I've really struggled. But if you learn something by heart, you can always have that ready in your head to just say You could also need to introduce yourself in an English class or in a hobby or leisure activity class like yoga. So I will tell you everything that you need and then you can make your own. So the first important part of the self-introduction is the greeting. You can choose from hey there, hi there, hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hey, hi. Choose one that suits your personality and makes you feel comfortable with how you are coming across. Next one, your name. Just say, I'm Catherine, I'm Tom, I'm John, or my name's Catherine, my name's Tom, my name's John. Contractions are important here because they help it to flow better. Next is location. We can just say, I'm from. I'm from. So I'm from West Sussex. If you want to talk about your nationality, we say, I'm British. If you want to say that you spent most of your life somewhere else, but now live here, you can say, I grew up in Scotland, but I'm now based in London. Or, I'm originally from Spain, but I'm now living in London. If you want to say you were born in a different place to where you grew up, you can say, I was born in France, but I grew up in Sweden. You could also mention how long you've been living in a place. So, I've been living in London for 3 years. Now you need to talk about your work position and company. We always say work for or at a company, never in. So you can say, I used to be a manager at Starbucks, or I used to work in sales at Zara. Qualifications. These are important, especially in a job interview. So if you're close to graduating, you can say, I'm just about to graduate. If you have already graduated, you can say, I am a subject graduate. For example, I am an English literature graduate. Or, I have a BA degree in subject. So I have a BA degree or a degree in English literature. Next is experience. So for talking about experience, there really are 3 options that I tend to use. Number 1 is I have 10 years of experience in the sales field. Number 2 is I have 10 years of sales experience. And number 3 is I have worked in sales for 10 years. So just choose whichever one feels most comfortable. Next is your hobbies. People like to know who you are, what you like to do in your spare time. So you can say, in my spare time, I like to go running. You can also use expressions like, I'm a big fan of something. That means I really like that. So for me, I'm a big fan of rock music. We can also say, I'm really keen on something, meaning the same thing, that you really like it. So, I'm really keen on cooking. This just helps the person warm to you. Now, along with your self-introduction, you may need to give a fun or interesting fact about yourself. This can be very scary and intimidating, and I've had many moments where I have just completely lost the plot and not known what to say. So it's really important to have a fact ready in your mind, ready to go, that you can just fire out whenever you need to. Now the interesting fact can be an interesting fear, a weird like or dislike, something to do with a pet, that's usually a good one, a strange achievement, a strange skill, or a strange or interesting or exciting experience. If you want to, you can share your fun fact in the comments below. I would absolutely love to read them. Now, to wrap this up, I need to just tell you that we need to avoid short sentences in the self-introduction. We want it to flow, don't we? So, instead of little short sentences, we need to make long, descriptive, flowing sentences. Now, I'm going to tell you my self-introduction and fun fact, and you can start to build your own. Write it out and then learn it by heart. So my self-introduction, are you ready? Hi everyone, I'm Catherine and I'm an English literature graduate from West Sussex. I now work as an English teacher and I love to play the piano and sing in my spare time. My fun fact is kind of a bit of a show-off thing. I hope you don't think so. I can play any song on the piano. If you tell me a song, I can play by ear. So I don't know how to read music. I've never read music in my life. But I can hear it and I can play it. Maybe not really, really difficult things, but most things I can pick it out on the piano. So that's my fun fact. I also have an irrational fear of turkeys and rats. Number 4, break times. Small talk with colleagues. So you may get into a conversation that's much more informal than the self-introduction part of the day. And that usually happens by the coffee machine. Many friendships have been made by the coffee machine. I still have 2 really good friends that I met. Well, I got chatting to them by the coffee machine at work, and we're still very, very good friends. So it's important to be relaxed and friendly and chatty. So what might happen is a colleague will come up to you by the coffee machine and say something like, "So it's your first day, how's it going? How are you feeling? So you're new here, how does that feel? How's your day going?" Now remember what I said earlier, it's best to keep things positive. Even if you're having the worst day possible, you've spilt coffee all over your desk, you've forgotten the Wi-Fi code 3 times, it's best to just stay positive. You will just come across much better and be much more likable. So you can reply with, "Yeah, it's going well actually. Everyone's really friendly. Everyone's really welcoming." Or, "Yeah, really great day. There's a lot to take in, but I'm learning." Or, "Yeah, there's a really good energy, a really good vibe in this office and I'm really enjoying it." They could also invite you to have lunch with them. Definitely say yes. It could feel like leaving your comfort zone and all you want to do is hide away somewhere and eat lunch on your own. But don't do that. It's a really good idea to socialise and build relationships with your colleagues. So if someone asks you to have lunch with them, you can say, "Yes, that would be great, thanks." Or, "Yes, that would be great, where shall we go?" Or, "Yes, thanks, I would love to." This is also a valuable opportunity to get to know your colleagues in a more informal setting. It will help you settle into the company much more and feel a lot more comfortable there. Number 5, leaving work. It's the end of the day, it's time to go home. End the day positively, because it will help you start your second day positively too. Because don't forget, you have to come back in the morning and do it all again. Try to say goodbye to your manager and your colleagues and anyone that helped you with your training or supported you that day. Language to use to say goodbye to your colleagues could be, "Thanks guys, really appreciate your help today." "Thanks everyone, I'll see you tomorrow." "Have a great evening everyone and I'll catch you tomorrow." Now, your manager will probably ask, "How did your day go? How did you think today went? How are you feeling? How did it all go?" Now remember, even if you had the most hellish day of your life, you forgot everyone's names, you forgot where everything was, you had to ask 3,000 questions. Don't be honest here. Be dishonest. No, just say it went really well. Now here are some possible answers to that question. "Yeah, it was great actually, really positive. There's a lot to learn, but I'm taking it all in." Or, "It was really great. I really enjoyed meeting the team. They were so helpful and friendly." Something positive that will end the day on a good note. And then you can go home and breathe. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. I know it can be so scary starting a new job. Even for me, I have English as my native language, it's still absolutely terrifying. So I really hope that I've maybe made it a little bit less scary for you. Definitely put in the comments below your fun fact. Okay, don't forget. And I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching.